What's up everyone, this is Sam from 64 Wheels, back more diecast, and it is time for yet another Throwback Thursday retro review. So today we have two late 90s, early 2000s Hot Wheels action packs to open. So these are super cool. Hot Wheels did a whole bunch of these, as you can see on the back of, I think it is this one. They had a whole line of these action packs. They're very similar to the Hitch and Haul, kind of from like the modern version of the Matchbox set. They came with vehicles, usually some kind of like accessory like a toolbox or like a bag of money, and then a couple like minifigs to do like a little scene. So these are really cool. I have more of these and I'll do an unboxing. I know I have that one, I believe that one. I might have them all actually. So we'll kind of dig into these in the coming weeks and open a few more. But this one's really cool. This is the JPL, I'm going to say this wrong, so please forgive me over the span of the video. Sojourner? Sojourner? I'm going to butcher that. The Mars Rover set. This is super cool. I love the card art on this. They did a great job like actually drawing it. And the cool thing about these, both of these, is I don't think any of these castings showed up anywhere other than this releases. I believe these are all basically one and done, including many of these. So really cool set. I'm looking forward to opening this one because both of these I've never opened before. So really looking forward to that. But this is the one that I'm like looking for the most. This is the John Glenn Great American Hero Action Pack. So I'm from Ohio. John Glenn, very big in Ohio. We're very big into space flight, Wright Brothers, everything. The Air Force Museum is close by. Like, it's just, we're very flight oriented here. So I'm very familiar with John Glenn, and this is cool because it has the Mercury Friendship 7 capsule and the Space Shuttle Discovery. I've said this before, Hot Wheels makes excellent planes and things that aren't cars. I don't know why they don't do more of them, because even back in the day, today, like the F-14 Tomcat from Top Gun that Hot Wheels did in the like the entertainment line, amazing, beautiful casting. So this space shuttle looks really nice. Of course, they're not all scaled correctly because they're kind of huge, because we'll get into the scale of the space shuttle later, but these are really cool sets. So we'll go ahead and do the Mars Rover one first, and then we'll open up the John Glenn one. So as you can see, the original price at Walmart was $4.76. So I think that's roughly double with inflation. So it's probably around $10, which is actually what this one cost me at a toy show recently. So not terrible. Like, if this came out today, I would fully expect to pay $10 to $15 for it, just because I feel like each premium car now is what, $7. So this would be probably closer to like a team transport price than just like a regular premium. But Hot Wheels hasn't done something like this in quite a while. But let's look at that card art. The card art's really nice. It's got a lot of different vehicles or items in it. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't know a ton about this Mars Rover. This came out when I was little, so did the actual like mission, so I don't remember much about it. I remember more about the John Glenn story stuff. But this is kind of new to me. Seeing these in person, I have never seen these loose before. So like I said, I'm excited to open them up and check them out. So there's a little bit more detail on each of those. So the Mars Rover 6-wheeled robot cover with movable antenna, so it has a moving part. The Mars Pathfinder spacecraft carries lander and rover to Mars. So it has a cruise stage, what's that say, back shell capsule and a heat shield. And then the lander has 3 solar panels that unfold after touchdown. What does that say? Rover arrives on Mars mounted on solar panels. So here's a little bit about it. It says the Mars Pathfinder spacecraft, oh my gosh, let's start that over. The Mars Pathfinder spacecraft is scheduled to land cushioned by giant airbags on Mars on the 4th of July, 1997, after a 7-month voyage through space. I'm going to butcher that. Sojourner Mars Rover will drive out to explore the Martian terrain and transmit data and pictures back to Earth. Look at that, spin by the official Hot Wheels website at hotwheels.com. Check that out. Way back in the day, that's like when people, like, it's so funny to see this era of stuff, and they advertise so much about websites, like, check us out on the World Wide Web, check us out on the web, check out our website. Like, it's like at the beginning of social media, when people were like, follow us on Facebook. Like, I feel like people don't really do that. It's just like known that you have a website. It's known that you're on TikTok or whatever. You don't have to like advertise it too much, but it's funny to see stuff like that. So let's go ahead and bust this open. Okay, slight change of plans here. So as you can see, they're already unboxed, but these were really hard to open. So I opened this one and there was a lot, like the packaging was stuck together because it was so old. It was really hard to get out. And then there were more like metal wire ties. So it was very hard to unbox these on camera. So what I went ahead and did is I actually like unboxed them, so we could take a better look without having to sit through like 20 minutes of me messing with this stuff because it was really hard to get open. So the first one, the Rover mission to Mars, these are super cool. So when I was opening them, I actually learned something about them, which will help kind of explain them in the video better too. So this is almost like a little nesting doll set. So I'm going to kind of put them in order. So what you have here, this is the Mars Pathfinder capsule. So this is a really cool little piece. So none of these, I don't think, came out in any other set. I think this is just a one and done. I can't remember if I said that earlier before, but this little capsule is awesome. So this is the Pathfinder. This is what actually sent the Rover to Mars. So this was sent down. I really like this blue tiling. It's got some nice detail. It's got gold all over it because a lot of gold foil was used in space because it's a conductive material. So this, the top actually pops off, as you can see. So it's a multi-piece, and what's cool about it actually says Caltech on it, because that's who owned the design, I believe, on this, which is awesome. So here we can see a little version of this. So this is like the whole thing. So there you can see the inside. It's got some detail as well. And then we'll open this little tiny thing, and you can see it's really hard to get open. I don't want to pop it off. Yeah, because they're kind of coming off. So you can see there's stickers on it. It's got a little thing right there, but that is actually the Mars rover. So then we know that's in here. So here's the bigger version of that. Here's like the full-size version. So you can see the different panels. It's got stickers on it. It's got this little like command center with this little antenna thing that goes down, or like I assume that's what it is. A lot of detail on it. I don't know what everything is, so I can't really explain. It's just like space stuff and technology. But there is a bigger version of the rover. So you can see that's what actually transported to space. So this Pathfinder comes down, lands. I believe it shot this out, and then this land, I don't know how it actually came out of there. So there's a little version of that to fit back in there. Then this, and as you can see, the rover's on there. So this popped open, landed like that, and then you got this. The rover popped out and started driving around. So this is awesome. It's got more of this like metallic blue tile stuff on it. Looks really, really cool. Again, more gold, a lot of gold in space. I assume that's a camera or some kind of detector. I don't exactly know what that part is. But the cool thing about this is everything is a screw base, including the space shuttle. So if you want to take it apart and take a closer look at it, you can. So it does have detail all around it. This antenna moves up and down, which is pretty cool here. So it's got a moving part, but the best is the articulation on the axle. So, you know, Martian planet, a lot of rocks, a lot of iffy things. You have these specialized tires that have these interesting tread and a hub style that I don't know if we've ever seen on another Hot Wheels outside of this. It does roll, but then you have this huge articulation so you can drive up on rocks, and then this whole thing articulates as well. And you have suspension so you can kind of push down on it like this too. This is a super cool little rover. Like Hot Wheels did a great job on the design of this. I don't know if I think that's it. I don't know if I'm missing any other moving parts that I can see. Let's see. I don't think so. But that just in general is so cool. The design on it, the wheel style, the axles, it's so cool. Like this, I would take more of this kind of stuff from Hot Wheels any day because they do such a stellar job on it. It doesn't roll super well because of the plastic tire design, but this is not a speed demon. This thing is just meant to like crawl over rocks like this. But awesome. I love that they did this in 1/64 scale or ish. I don't actually know what scale it is. But how cool is it that they basically like did each version of the steps? So here we can put this back. I guess I'm just going to put, I don't know how that's fit back in there. zoop, like this. I think it went upside down is how I got it to fit. There it goes. So like this, lid goes back on. You can like put this back up and then you have all 3 steps. Really, really cool set. I like that. I appreciate it more now that I know it's like the steps of the landing the rover. Very awesome. So here we have the John Glenn action pack on the right. Kind of bring these front and center here. This is super cool as well. So like I said before, John Glenn, pretty big deal here in Ohio. He was the first man, or first American, I should say, to orbit the Earth back with the Mercury Friendship 7. This capsule, he did in that. He was one of the Mercury 7, the original like 7 astronauts chosen to do missions. Back in 1962, he did that. Then this is actually showing you 36 years later, right here, he did the STS-95 mission in 1998 when he was 77 years old. You can kind of see it here. We'll look at the back of the card since we didn't cover that. But he was also, and I still believe is holding the record for the oldest human in orbit, or at least American. So that is super cool. It's definitely a historic pack here, but then you can see more detail here. So one of the coolest things about this, in my opinion, Mercury Friendship 7, the capsule scale is 155. So not bad. It's 155th scale. That's pretty close to Hot Wheels scale. Check out Space Shuttle Discovery. 1/100. Oh my God. 1 in 506 scale. So that means you'd have to double this in size 506 times to get the actual size of the Space Shuttle Discovery. That is mind-boggling to think about. How, like, this is 1/500 scale. That's crazy, but this is cool. There's a lot of good detail on this. Like I said here, 62, one of the first 7 astronauts shot by whatever orbit the Earth. Oh, look at that. Space Congressional Medal of Honor for this pioneering journey. Cool. And then you'll see that he also has like a business attire. He's like business dress. That's Senator Glenn because he was a senator in Ohio for a long time, for like 20 some years, I think. So he passed away in 2016, RIP to Mr. Glenn. But his legacy still lives on today. And this is a really cool pack showing that. So we'll look at the first astronaut. So this is the astronaut Glenn, 1962. This is the original like moon man, you know, silver space suit that you see everywhere. He's got like the little toolbox. Very classic, and they did a good job on the detail. I think that's supposed to be a NASA logo on a shirt. I can't really tell, but not bad. The detailing is great. I think it's funny it says China on the bottom because it's like an American heritage thing, but that's a really cool figure. And then here we have the Senator Glenn. It's a guy in a suit. He actually looks like he has a fake, like a fake face on. Like he added a human face right there, and the back of him is like a cyborg or something. But it's done well. Like the color is good, and the sculpt is decent because he did look like that. It looks like him, like the face shape. And then we have the 1998 astronaut Glenn in the more modern like orange suit, or now it's not as modern, but 20 years ago it was, 26 years ago. So it's got the little American flag patches on it. It's got that huge helmet, the orange. I don't even know if the camera is picking up how orange this suit is. It's like one of the Hot Wheels neon cars. Like this Stingrod, like it's definitely brighter than it last week. It's just incredibly bright. So that's cool. You get like all 3 versions of professional John Glenn. But the Mercury Friendship 7 capsule is so cool. So this is all metal right here. It says United States on it. This is plastic and it does turn. I don't know if it's doing anything when it's turning. Can I pull it off? Does it do anything? I think it just turns. The base is cool. Like I said, it's a screw base. So if you wanted to get more detail, you can. I don't think anything else comes off. This is plastic, but the main body is metal. But the coolest part is he's actually in there. You can see him through the window. See, you can see the silver spacesuit. He's got the whole, like, I don't know, what do you call that? Navigational pad and controls, everything. It's got the little window. I mean, that is excellent detail. Why Hot Wheels or Matchbox or whoever doesn't make something like this now? Because this is incredible. This is so cool. If I had an opportunity to buy these for $10 or $15 now, I would absolutely buy them. That's so cool. especially if you're into space stuff or want something different from your collection. Hot Wheels, man, they absolutely kill it with non-car stuff. I think some of their non-car stuff is better than some of their car castings a lot of times. But Friendship 7, really cool. And then here we have the Space Shuttle Discovery. I love this. This thing is heavy. It's basically all metal. The only flaw, well, I found 2 flaws with it. One is that it doesn't have a stand, so it just kind of sits there. So even like the modern Batwing or Rick and Morty, Star Trek, whatever, they have the little stand that can go in there, like a hole for the stand, so you can like display it like this. Well, you can't really display this one because it doesn't come with a display. I guess you could use this, but it's yellowed and old, and it's like all of this stuff was a mess, so you can't really use any of it now. I wish it had a stand, and then it has opening bay doors, which is super cool. But there's nothing in there. It would have been cool to get something in there, whether it was like, you know, like a satellite or something like that, because Space Shuttle Discovery launched the Hubble telescope. So that would have been awesome to have like a mini Hubble telescope or something in the bay doors. Just to kind of show that off. But otherwise, this casting is beautiful. It's metal, it's heavy, it's got nice tampos on it, it's got moving parts. I mean, everything, it's hitting all the right check boxes. So, the tampos look decent. Could they be a little sharper? Probably, but you're doing a lot of different materials. You have it there, you have it on plastic, you have it on smooth, you have it on quilted, like textured. So there's a lot of different things going on this, but I still think it looks really good. So you got the engines back here. Those are plastic. Everything else though looks to be metal or feels to be metal, but this is so cool. 1/506 scale. I mean, it's mind blowing. So cool though. Going what? How fast do these things go? Like 20,000 miles an hour, 30,000 miles an hour, something insane. I love this. I wish Hot Wheels did more space stuff because that is incredible. They did an awesome job with all this stuff. And as a bonus, this was underneath, like the blue, like underneath this in the John Glenn pack. And it is, you can pause it and read it if you want. But it's all the space missions. So it's got Mercury, Gemini, Apollo. So if you want to read it, I will hold it still so you can pause it and check it out. It's got a lot of different information on there. It's got the first man on the moon right there, the footstep, which is pretty cool. Then when you flip it over, it's got more, and if you want to pause that and read it too. A lot of good information. So this is back from 1998. Really cool. That was just like underneath that, just like that. So that's kind of a little unexpected extra. I don't think they mentioned that it comes with that, but I like that they did that to give you a little more history about John Glenn and just like how important some of this stuff is. So this was awesome. I really like these. I like stuff that's not cars. Of course, I love cars, but getting some of this stuff from my collection, the older stuff, the stuff that's more unique, that actually has history behind it, it's just really, really cool. I enjoy these. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's not a car or a playset or anything, but it's something different and it's something really, really cool. So let me know what you think of this in the comments. I enjoyed these. If you want to see more, I have more of those packs. I know I have the Home Improvement, the Underseat, like I probably said that before, but I've got a few of those that we can probably open in some coming Throwback Thursdays, but I also have a lot more play sets and main lines and everything else to go through. So let me know what you think of these. Do you like these non-car things? Do you think this is cool? Is this something you would add to your collection, especially now that you've seen them kind of like opened and some of the detail? Let me know in the comments. I really appreciate you guys watching this Sam 64 Wheels. Like and subscribe as always. Again, I appreciate you guys so much watching these and commenting, and I just have so much fun interacting with you guys across social media. It's a blast. So I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.